Alright, I have all the bolts out. Now I just need to carefully try to wiggle these things out of here. Alright, I just checked these. I'll try to show it on the camera. I don't know if I can. I compared the gauge to how flat that string is. They all line up really close to 0.038. The specs in metric are 0.02 to 0.04, a maximum of 0.06. All of mine are really close to 0.04. Should be good. Okay, I have all the parts taken apart again, all the bearings and the bearing caps and the bolts, crankshaft. What I'm going to do now is, where these bearings go in, I'm going to use some degreaser and clean those off. Double check, make sure I wipe everything down really good. I didn't miss anything. I'll degrease the inside of these. I don't want any kind of lubrication on the outside of these. And then I'll put it back together for real this time. Okay, all of my bearing surfaces and the bearings themselves are all squeaky clean right now. So I'm just going to put them back in just like I did before. First, don't forget to put the thrust bearings in the middle here. Sit down in that groove with the little oil channels pointing outward. Alright, stay there. Before I put the crankshaft in, I just want to oil up these bearings a little bit. Just using my regular motor oil. Line it up and pretty good. I'll just put a little more oil on each one. Okay, I'm just putting the caps back in just like I did before. Thrust bearings turned up. Push those back down because I was turning the crankshaft. There you go. Yeah, they just slide right back down into their groove. I guess this cap probably holds them in place so they can't spin. Anyway, just like before, I'll tighten them all down same way as I did before. Alright, crankshaft is in. Turns easy. I torqued all the cap bolts at 40 foot-pounds and checked them twice. Thrust bearing seems to fit just fine. I actually took that out of the other block, but I tried to push the crankshaft forward and backwards, and there's just a hair of play in there. Yeah, you hear that little click? I can barely see it move, but I can tell that there's some clearance there because it clicks. Turns nice and loose. Alright, these are the same bearings that came out that were on that same crankshaft in that same order, so I want to keep them exactly the same. One side has writing on it, the other side doesn't have writing on it. The side that doesn't have writing is the side that goes forward. So first thing is taking these old pistons off of my piston rod. They have two little wire clips in them. Need something sharp or small to get in this little hole right here. Me in the face. There we go. This little ring. There's one on each side. Should only have to take out one side. Push that out. I'm going to have to tap it out of there. Almost. There, I got it. And it's loose. I need to clean these up. Need to clean out these bearings and put them back in and put on my new pistons. Yeah, when you're putting these connecting rods back together, I just cleaned this one up. You might get confused, which way does this go? Does it go on that way or does it go on that way? Look at the clips. The little clip there and there's a little clip there. Those go on the same side. And also one side has no writing on it, the other side has writing on it. I don't know if you can see that. There's a 2G right there, so I know that side goes together.